Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing well and having a good time with your family and friends. So, this video is all about shading. Before starting, I would like to request you to subscribe my channel if you like my content. So this video, at the end of this video, I can't promise you that you will be able to shade in a realistic portrait, yes, but I can promise you that at the end you will be able to understand some basic ideas about shading. Yes, if you practice more, then you will definitely able to draw what you dream to draw. So let's not waste our time and get started. So to shade, I haven't taken many complicated things like, as we all know, there are many things like charcoal powder, charcoal paper, small a plain paper which is suitable for best shading. I've taken a common paper which you can find simply in any stationery. So if you want to improve, I would only recommend you to practice, either wasting your money. So this paper is a simple one. It's a domes paper. So I would like to, so what I recommend or suggest to you to is start with shading the eyes. Oh, let me first talk about my reference. The reference I taken is a Greece sculpture. It's not a portrait of any celebrity or anything. So don't judge me if my outlines are not, because I didn't take any care about the outlining. It's only about shading. So I would like to tell you to concentrate only on shading. So it's a Greece sculpture. If you want it, I will give the link of the photo in the description box. So first I recommend you to start with shading the eyes, nose and lips. Here I have forgotten to shade, so after shading the eyes I have started to shade the face. So I recommend you to start always with eyes, nose and lips, because it gives you some idea about the other parts and layers of the face. So after you shade the eyes, nose and face, you should form a base like a foundation. What we use for doing makeup or any foundation we lay for strengthening our things. So here we use a lightest pencil as a foundation for the portrait. So here I have used an HB pencil, which I have the lightest one. So if you have one more, then you can use a F, which is a lighter than the HB. So you should not push hardly while shading. Hold the pencil gently and just put a lowest pressure as much as possible while shading. If you put a strong pressure, then you can see the strokes which doesn't look good when you draw. So first of all, you should form the base by using a lightest pencil. Okay, in the reference the light is falling on her face from the front side, so we can see that the shadows on her cheek and on the other side of the nose. So before shading, you should understand and observe the portrait, that from where the light is coming from. So here the light is coming on the right side of our face, so we can see the shadows forming. So I have used a 2B pencil to give the shadow effect. So first we can form the base, then we will darken the areas by using a 2B pencil. So after you add a layer, you should smudge it by using a tissue paper or a soft brush. I recommend you to use a soft brush, and if you are a beginner, I recommend you to use a tissue paper. It is very good if you use a brush, and when you smudge or when you blend using a soft brush, don't don't use the brush very hard. Be gentle and kind towards the paper. That's only I can suggest you to, because if you if you rub the paper brush very hard, then it would retain some stains on the paper, so you would not get the result as good you want to. So after I have formed a layer with the 2B pencil, I will blend it by using a brush, and then again I will form another layer with the 2B pencil. So you should keep on adding layers one by one very lightly, but don't try to push harder so that you can complete the portrait. That's what I recommend you to, because if you push hard, then the result won't be good. You won't get the result that you actually want to. And you can see that below her jawline at the neck, the shadow is falling. So that's the reason I have given a darker effect with 2B pencil below her jaw and below her head. So, and there is a white line, you can if you observe it, there is a white part which is separating the jawbone. If you look at the jawbone, you can see that I have left a part which is white, means I haven't given it a darker shade, which is the reason it actually looks like the reference. If you neglect this part, then the result is not at all good. It will look worst, I can say. So yeah, there is another thing you have to take care in this portrait, is that her eye sockets. As this wasn't a portrait or a person, it is a sculpture, so the shadows are forming a darker than the original one. So in the eye socket, the darker thing I given, you can see I have given a darker shade around her eyes. It's a sockets, and I haven't drawn iris, and that's what I'm saying, that this video is only about shading. So I hope you have learned something from this video. And you can see at the lips, the shadows are falling. Below the lips, where the shadow is falling, I have given a darker effect using a 2B pencil, and similar with the lips. You should keep in mind that what you have taken as a reference. If you take reference of any celebrity, you can find less light effects. The light falling on the face will be very less, because a proper care is taken when they take a photo shoot. But if you take any commission work, before taking you make sure that the photo you are taking as a reference doesn't have many light, doesn't have a light falling it very strongly, because it becomes very difficult to draw or portray. Because in order to draw, sometimes when darker parts are more darker, when the shadows are more darker, it becomes difficult to give it a shape. You can see that if I show you the reference at the neck, you are not able to see the neck bones. That's what I have, that's the effect I have given by analyzing that. So if I haven't given that, it wouldn't look good. So this is what I wanted to say. There is only two things you have to keep in mind while shading are, you hold the pencil as light as you can, and you should shade by giving the lightest layer as much possible as you can. And if you push your pencil harder, you will see the strokes of lines, and that doesn't give a smooth result. So this is what I have learned from my experience. I hope that it would be helpful for you. And if you like my video, please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching this video.